So earlier this year, we spent a month in Canberra at the AIS doing a sleep low study. Now, a sleep low study is about going to bed overnight with low muscle glycogen stores and then seeing what the impact is the next morning on your metabolism. And so what we were really interested in from a triathlon perspective is the impact on both iron metabolism and also bone health as well, or bone metabolism. Now, we haven't got the bone markers just yet, but we have got the iron markers back. And what we've shown is that when you exercise in the morning, after you've done a hard session the evening before, and then you haven't had any carbohydrate at dinner, so overnight you're sleeping with low muscle glycogen stores, when you exercise the next morning, you get an increased inflammatory response. And that increased inflammatory response, it drives a certain hormone called hepcidin to increase. Now, hepcidin is very much important. It's a very important hormone in terms of your iron metabolism and absorption. So a higher hepcidin level in the blood reduces your ability to absorb iron across the gut. And so if you're doing exercise with low glycogen or low carbohydrate availability, where you get a greater hepcidin response, and in the post-exercise period, a reduced requirement or ability to absorb iron in the diet. Now, endurance athletes, triathletes included, have increased requirements for iron. So you don't want to be following a low carbohydrate diet. Equally, you don't want to be following a high carbohydrate diet. What you want to try to do is match your daily exercise load with an equivalent amount of carbohydrate. So on a higher exercise day, where you're doing 2 or 3 sessions for that day, I'd expect you to eat more carbohydrate. And that extra carbohydrate should be consumed around training and or after training to facilitate performance and also recovery. On a low exercise day or a rest day, well then the one nutrient that you want to pull back on is carbohydrate. It's not really a catch-up day, because you'll use it as a catch-up day if you haven't kept pace with your training needs earlier in the week. But if you've kept pace, well then you can just reduce your carbohydrate on that easier rest day.